pronounce his name. The Quel'Delar. The Quel'Delar found the hilt of an ancient sword in the wasteland. Do you know anything of it? Ah, there's definitely an ancient dragon-forged blade. Fortunately, I can't tell what sword it is just by looking at it. Here, I can only this book. You may find your answers within. Ancient dragon-forged blades.
I'm trying to think here.
Rare indeed are the prismatic blades forged by the combined will of the 5 dragonflights. Among the greatest of these blades were the sisters. Among the greatest, rare indeed are the prismatic blades forged by the combined will of the 5 dragonflights. Among the greatest of these blades were the sister swords of Quel'Delar and Quel'Delar. In her wisdom, the Dragon Queen Elxraza gifted one of the blades to each of the elven people of Azeroth. Quel'Delar was born by a valiant Kaldorei warrior, while Quel'Delar was entrusted to a Kaldorei champion. Each blade transformed in the hands of its wielder. So, Quel'Delar was given to a night elf, while Quel'Delar was given to a blood elf. Or high elf. High elf. Cinderai is blood elf, ain't it? Well, no, those are high guys. For a moment I saw them here and here's eyes fucking with me. Wasn't focusing right. Ah, they're using the Warden models, just reskinned a little. Cool. But yeah, Consort of the Queen. He in Kata, or in the lead into Kata or something. Basically, within Wormrest Temple, they had various sanctums, and it looked like there was going to be like 5 different raids there. You get to see 2 of them, but in the lead into Kata, the whole place is blown up. Basically, the Twilight Dragonflights get into them and start corrupting all the eggs. And since Corral here went down to investigate, he was just like wandering around and saw guards dead, so he went in to investigate. And so the egg's been twisted. He touches off one and he starts warping as well. The Twilight minions there start smugging at him a bit. How they were going to corrupt all the eggs and all the hatcheries and him. He could already feel, the magic working on him. So he connected with a bit of magic, connected all the portals together, rather than into the temple itself, and then nuked himself. Destroying everything. Heroic sacrifice, blaze of glory. And, devastated her. She took her consort dying quite hard. As you'd expect. Thrall has a near-death experience. That's how I'm putting it. He was falling off a tower and gets a vision of it. I think it was something else though. I just can't remember what they called it.
I've got a good feeling about this.
So I was able to put her mind at peace because of that. Because she had no idea what happened, what was going on. Just suddenly he's gone and the place has exploded. Oh, I have to return them to him.
Sounds interesting. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure. Sounds interesting. Sounds good. I've got a good feeling about this.
Oh, I returned to the wrong guy. Shit. I didn't know that could actually happen. You could actually give stuff to people. I was thinking that's odd, but sure, I'll go with it. No, that's entirely not what they wanted.
I'm trying to think here.
Okay, just move.
Sure.
Do it. Ooh, that's actually pretty mana intensive. we do have priests. We did. Move away.
Time is of the essence.
Alright, there we go.
Greetings. Will it be hotshot?
I leave these two behind, so hopefully one of them isn't teleported up to here. That way it'll be quicker to get back to these. Surprised I was able to do such a thing. No, everyone got brought.
I'm trying to think here. I've got a good feeling about this.
I'm so annoyed at that mistake. Let's wait to speed this up. It's already at fast. Here, I'll stop for a sec. Yeah, focus on the back. It still hasn't fully caught up, but whatever. Okay, you can hear me, you can hear the game. I am recording. And you can see the game.
Together we will save Aslan. What's the plan? Time is of the essence.
There.
Sounds interesting.
There, now let's not mess this up.
My bow is at the ready. What's the plan? Baladash, Mom. I'm trying to think here.
Guess I should have given the book and hilt to Lyra. I was hoping just getting one of them to here would be enough. Interesting that it actually after all these years, could it truly be?
As Quel'Delar was forged by the dragons and given to the Caldor, its twin, Quel'Delar, was given to my people. The king bestowed the blade upon my friend, the Lorien Dawnseeker. But even Lorien skill and Quel'Delar's magic could not save Silver Moon from the might of the Scourge. Lorien fell before the gates of the Sunwell, buying time for others to escape. After the battle, I recovered the sword from the field. I bore it to Northrend in the service of my prince, seeking to avenge our people's defeat. Arthas shattered our forces, and took the most powerful of us into his service as the San'lain. My memories of Thalorian went cold, and so did his blade. It was I who brought Quel'Delar here, to return it to its makers. In breaking the weapon, so did I break its power. Quel'Delar will never serve another.
Thank you for not just doing a scene while we were frozen. It falls to us to see Quel'Delar restored. We cannot have remain broken and disgraced. There's a quarry to the west of here. If you bring me 5 Saronite bars from there, I might be able to reforge Quel'Delar. To be honest, Saronite being a resource that people can use doesn't really make much sense. For those who don't know, Saronite is actually the blood of Yogg-Saron, the old god stuck here in Northrend. It's actually like Saronite is actually the blood of it. So Saronite bars is the blood, turned into a solid. so far so, Eldritch horror. The issue is simply proximity to it drives people mad. You see that in the slave mines in Central Ice Crown. The slaves there, when you go to rescue them, some of them want to stay with the voice. They fling themselves down into a pit to get closer to it. Likely to their deaths, but yeah. And now you want to wield weapons made of it. Meanwhile, you can make armor made of it. It's kind of a weird thing, The Scourge, their Ice Crown Citadel, is made of it. Led people to believe that, led to a fan theory that the players actually lost Wrath of the Lich King. That they, unseated artists, put Bolvar in, and Bolvar was actually a Yogg-Saron controlled Lich King. Actually, the Saronite was only part of it. Basically, it would be, the old god influence throughout the whole place. Or site, or what have you. Other parts were apparently, one person was claiming that there was a shared musical note. Shared bit, not note, but shared bit of music between the two places. And there's also a shared line of dialogue. Presumably they're reading too much into it, but it's an interesting idea that, we for once don't actually win the expansion. As in, we defeat the bad guy, but we set up a greater, we set up the other villain's victory. And it allows us to go back and revisit the expansions, see how things have changed, and, to build on stuff, It's an interesting idea to me. Do I think it's the case? No. But it is an interesting concept to me. So, anyway.
Greetings, friend.
So, I just feel like I've kind of rambled there and didn't actually make my point. Actually, how did he even come on to the Lich King bit? Oh yeah, I was saying about it doesn't make sense for Saronite, because Saronite drives people in proximity to it mad, because it's literally the blood of an old god, who centers on madness and all that. Yogg-Saron had a madness mechanic. Then again, didn't Cho'Gall have a madness mechanic or something too? Whatever. But yeah, Yogg-Saron has an outright madness mechanic and whatnot. So it doesn't really make sense for people to be able to use it to make equipment or armor. It is a common trope within things to use the weapons of your enemies against them, to use what you can from the enemy to beat down the enemy all the harder. But it gets weird when it's like, oh, this is a part of the enemy that's corruptive to everyone nearby, that will drive you mad, blah. But it's perfectly fine to use, even though using it should drive you mad. It gets weird. I'm not necessarily condemning the custom campaign here for it. WoW does it itself. So it's just an inherently really weird thing to do. I'm just like, the whole concept as a whole, it's just weird to me. And then I spiraled into the Lich King thing of, like, here's, oh yeah, I was saying that, apparently Ice Crown Citadel, the entirety of it is actually made from Saronite. I remember someone saying that before, and then I spun into, there's the fan theory that in actuality we lost Wrath of the Lich King, because there was apparently hints here and there. There's some apparently similar music in points, which could be actually a hint. There's all leitmotifs, and whatnot, know, it could be a hint. Then there is similar dialogue, which can also be a hint. Then there is some other point elsewhere. I can't remember what it was. Maybe a vision you can see from Yogg-Saron or something that hinted at it. But it's an interesting idea to me. It's kind of a fun idea to me because I'd like to see Rat again. I question if Blizzard nowadays could do it right. Probably not, given BFA. But, you know, if suddenly, you know, we were going back to Rat, suddenly we have the old Rat team back. Fantastic. You know, they just pull them from the past to go, right, Rat 2. Rat harder. But anyway.
Sounds good.
So yeah, it's a fun idea to me.
Sounds interesting.
Do it.
What's the plan?
Attack.
Sounds good.
Saronite bar. Do it.
I've got a good feeling about this. Together we will.
Lost the guy. You know, a lot of spells don't work on buildings.
I'm trying to think.
Metal bar made from Saronite ore, the blood of Yogg-Saron.
Greetings, friend.
Maybe
Sounds interesting.
turning it into ore purifies it, so it, you know, doesn't have its same corruptive properties, but that's never been actually outright stated,
I've got a good feeling about
to
this.
my knowledge.
If you're sure. I've got a good feeling about this. If you're sure.
So,
I've got a good feeling
it
about
also
this.
looks like a fucking, like, sarcophagus.
If you're sure. Remember those we lost. Together we will save Asgard.
Who else is doing this?
Time is of the essence. Sounds interesting. If you're sure.
What I would do for a Dragonhawk.
I've got a good feeling about this.
Lead on. I'm with you. Fight well.
Damn it!
Greetings, friend.
Oh yeah, they got just beaten down so much.
Sounds good.
Oh, regeneration, grab it. Ooh, that was an out of combat thing.
Those we lost. Lead
So
on.
it seems to be working. We have enough Saronite bars. Let's return to Aethys.
Fight well.
Well, that's good because we only had that many Saronite bars to collect here. Oh, so as far as I remember, there's no Saronite mine in Dragonblight. Saronite is found in Icecrown. Though some can be found in... Did you collect enough Saronite bars? The Howling Fjord, I think. Reforged Quel'Delar in the original quest of Bring It to Sunwell. We remade the blade of Quel'Delar, even though Blood Queen Ilana claimed we could not. The blade must still be tempered, which inner master will not stand in our way.
I'm trying to think here.
The has taken shape, but is brittle and shatter the moment it strikes anything. The jagged Saronite edge is brittle and shatter the moment it strikes anything. You'll find a place called the Forge of Souls to the northwest. Take Quel'Delar there and look for a crucible. Plunge the blade into the crucible to temper it, then bring it back to me.
Time is of the essence. Sounds interesting.
Forge of Souls is clearly a nod to the Rather Lich King dungeon of the same name. It's kind of annoying that you can't get any more guys. focus fire, come on.
Tear you apart. Time is of the essence. Sounds good. I've got a good feeling about this.
I don't.
Sure. Sounds good. I've got a good feeling about this. I hate resorting to violence, but you're an exception.
This must be the place. Tread carefully.
My magic will tear you apart. I hate resorting to violence,